here we are at the, where are we? Oops. Are we, what does this say? Emergency. No. Okay. Well, there's Chris. He's got his kid, Chris, on, Luke on. And who amazed us the most this morning was Mr. Luke, who's, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, he's looking very dapper. Dapper, I guess, is the best word, dapper.
Let's go wake him up.
And that's what we want to do. We want to wake him up. We want to
wake up St. John's.
St. John's and let the whole rest of the country know that we're coming.
Yes.
This is where we're setting our mark. This is where we're going. Right, boys?
Right. SOS 4000 Dream Team. Where's Joanne? Joanne? It's just she's going to have to switch when she speaks.
Yes.
Yeah, so just put it on pause and then switch to Joanne. Are you okay with that?
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'll try to do it if it's a really bad job, but I just asked Samantha if she'd love to go to Gander.
Oh, love to? Okay, good. So we'll stay in touch with her like throughout the day as soon as I get word from Durham about Gander. I mean, it's really going to be once he has the itinerary set up, then we just put out the immediate release and then it'll be all done in Gander, and then we'll get her back by bus. Would she be okay with that?
The thing is, yeah, her mom will probably drive.
Or drive or something. Yep.
Or you said he can get you and come back by bus.
Whatever works. Like we're at your service as well. If you can't get any other ride, we're at your service as well.
Yeah. I could ask my parents. I could ask
She wants Amanda to come with her?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So maybe once
George?
Yes.
I'm thinking that maybe everybody will speak on this side and here
Okay.
so you can see the that poster.
Yeah, perfect.
So everybody
Right along here.
We had the speakers here and everyone can just get
Okay.
there.
Perfect.
So I guess we'll be ready to roll now.
Yep. Just have Doug. He's got a baritone voice.
Oh, okay.
Just to get everybody. Did you say hi to Stephen? Peck? I haven't. No, Stephen. Hi. You are the principal? Vice principal. Okay. I'm George. Which one gave?
Yes, how are you? I want to go walk.
No, you don't have to. I'm just.
No, that's okay.
She actually volunteered you, your friend down there.
I don't know what she's on the bench. She's in there.
I don't know. No, because if I can get somebody that knows,
Yeah.
I thought the police were
well, because of the situation they're going to be behind me, because this stretch is going to be fine. But this thing is going to be inside.
Welcome on the
So it's like fresh water, and natural, and Shoppers Drug Mart. Bridget?
Yes, go down to the next level if you like.
Bridget? Kind of hold this in your hand. And the recording that's on right now.
And then turn it up.
You must be off the
And that's about it.
Okay.
Just watch your steps. Watch this here. You can see where the cord goes. Make sure nobody gets...
Okay. So where are people going to speak?
Actually, they're going to speak right here.
Drag that bridge.
I'm just going to play it.
Fall behind you.
Beautiful morning. Grand day to be alive, eh? Huh? Let's hope we can all stay to the hour tomorrow as well. 8 years ago or thereabouts, I met this gentleman here. Actually, just before that, my daughter, where is she? That beautiful lady right there. She donated her kidney to her friend in the Cove, working in the Cove. And because of that, especially her. So because of that, of course, just shortly after that, George came to town for his first, I think it's the first campaign, George, yeah. And the folks in the Cove, town council folks I was on the council knew that my daughter had done these wonderful things, and they introduced us to George. And George stayed with us for a number of times after that. So that's where I met him, and the reason that I'm here is because George asked me to be here, and every time he comes to town, whatever George wants, George gets. It's as simple as that. Ladies and gentlemen, I met another lovely lady too, this time around. Donald O'Rourke. I've met her over the internet. You know how these dates are.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you here this morning and thank you for coming. I'm a teacher at Mount Pearl Intermediate, but over the past several years I have been a proud teacher at Bishop's College, and it was last year at Bishop's College that I became involved with SOS4000 campaign and Step by Step, which was founded by George Marcello. And I was asked to select a torch champion from our school to represent St. John's and the province in support of organ and tissue donation. And we're very proud of the young lady that we have selected to be our torch champion and represent St. John's. It's this lovely girl right over here, Samantha Elton Tate. And also going every step of the way with Samantha is another student that we're very, very proud of Bishop's College, Amanda Collins. I think that there's a lot of people that are not really aware that there are about 4,000 Canadians in Canada right now in need of a transplant. And this is a very significant day. Right here on the steps of the Federation Building, we are going to begin a journey that's going to send a message to Canadians everywhere that we as a country are in support of organ donation and tissue donation. And this campaign is going to see over 100 young Canadians relay the torch of life across the country in support of organ and tissue donation and to raise the level of national awareness of the urgent need for donors. So at this time, I'd just like to briefly outline what will take place here this morning. After the speeches here this morning, we have a number of special guests invited. And after the speeches here this morning, there will be a 10-kilometer walk that will take place that will see our students and our torch champions. They will carry the torch of life and they will participate in the walk that will take them to Bishop's College. And there we're very fortunate that the students and staff of Bishop's College are going to meet with Samantha and George. And I'd like to introduce you at this time to young 17-year-old Kristopher Knowles. Kristopher. Participated in a campaign with George. George has had 5 successful campaigns, and this 6th campaign marks the 10th anniversary of Step by Step. And in 2004, Kristopher walked across the country with George in a campaign that was called Kristopher's Wish. And at the time, Kristopher was on the wait list for a liver transplant, and he is still at this time on the wait list for a liver transplant. Once the students meet Samantha and George and Kristopher this morning at Bishop's College, over 400 students will walk, and they will walk to the overflow parking lot of the news centre. And there they will be met by Mayor Andy Wells, who will bring greetings on behalf of the City of St. John's. And as a show of support for organ and tissue donation, they will walk together around commitment to organ and tissue donation, and to thank you for coming here this morning. And I'd also like to say one final thing, that this morning is also a very special day because the Torch of Life is being dedicated in memory of Andrew Hatfield. And right here, I'd like to introduce you to Andrew's mom, Peggy Hatfield. Andrew passed away in 2001 at the age of 22 years while he was on the wait list for a heart transplant. So at this time, I would like to pass it back to our MC, Doug Cole, and thank everyone for attending.
Thank you.
You should have been a teacher, right? In a minute later on, I should say, Samantha is going to speak as well. Christopher is also been invited to speak, and Peggy as well. So, Donna's already introduced you. I mentioned George, but I didn't mention the special thing in my house that George gave me. It's a picture of George with Pope John Paul II. He's gone to heaven now. George Marcello. You'll have to tell the story about the Pope.
Thank you. I first of all want to mark today as a very historic day, because this is the first time ever that anything of this magnitude has ever been organized, where we have literally hundreds of students organized in over 100 cities across Canada to relay the Torch of Life, as Mr. Cole mentioned, that was previously blessed by Pope John Paul II and many other millions of Canadians, and for that matter, many other pastors of different religions. So today is a historic day because, as it's been mentioned, Canada has been suffering with a critical rate of organ donations, and we feel through our youth that are going to represent each community right across Canada, we feel that it's going to send a very strong message to everybody in Canada how important this issue is, and to finally get on top of it, because we don't need to find a cure on this. The cure is with us. As long as we can reach everybody from coast to coast, we can find the cure. And that's what our young students are going to do. They're going to represent, they're going to champion this issue. And while I'm up here, because I won't be coming up here twice, I just want to do my time here now, and I want to thank a few people for making this possible, and of course Doug Cole, he's always there. He's waiting for my phone call. When are you doing your next campaign? You know, and so this is the next one. But I also had the honor of meeting with Donna O'Rourke, and usually it takes one person that really gets into this campaign and does everything. And so I want to acknowledge Donna O'Rourke as our St. John's angel. Also, we want to thank the Quality Inn for putting us up for 2 days here. We also, and I'm going to bring them up here in a few seconds, we want to thank Jungle Gyms, because when we came here last time with Kristopher in 2004, that's the first time I ever ate at a Jungle Gyms. And throughout the whole Maritimes, we were eating Jungle Gyms. And we got so used to eating Jungle Gyms that when we got to Quebec, there was no more Jungle Gyms. And we had to go through this withdrawal, you know, no more Jungle Gyms. I kept asking Stephen to build one in Toronto or something, you know, so it could be close by. I wouldn't have to come to the Maritimes to get the... so I want to call Stephen up here because he's done a lot in Kristopher's wish, and he's doing a lot again. I just wanted to say a few words.
Thanks very much, George. But I have to tell you, we're not here this morning to be acknowledged, rather we're here to acknowledge, and to a couple of wonderful people I met here just 3 years ago. And Where's Kristopher? I saw him. He's grown up. Christopher, great to see you. Great to see you. Welcome back to Newfoundland. But I want to acknowledge the great work that you're doing. Secondly, I want to say we're all here today. There's a little forum going around here, I believe, George. Yeah. Let's take some concrete action. Let's really take one of these home tonight and look at it, talk it over with our kids, our families. George always says it's really, really important to talk to your family in this making this decision. But let's take it home and let's acknowledge it and talk it over. Thirdly, you really do get acknowledged when you feed people. So I just want to mention to George that you're welcome to stop at every jungle gym here to New Brunswick. And now luckily we do have a couple in Alberta, so after you get over the withdrawal, we can resume our dictionaries. Thank you all very much. All right. Okay. Sorry, George. That's okay. Shouldn't have staged the governor, but Samantha, I want you to take this back to your school. I want to acknowledge you as well, and after you pick up one of the country calls for yourself, you can give them out to the students. All right.
I want to acknowledge our new road manager, Mr. Lou, who's going to be with us the next 8 months. And you've seen the road managers before, they go through all night. And he's willing to rough it out for the next 8 months. So please, everybody, give Mr. Lou
I've been standing in front of groups of people now for 30 some odd years, I suppose, and I've screwed up every time. As a matter of fact, the reason George hesitated when I introduced him, it wasn't his turn. And he says, I'm not up yet. Anyways, today we're honoured. We all know in Newfoundland we're on election campaigns and the MHAs are where they're supposed to be. These two right here are in St. John's because that's where their seats are. And the rest, of course, are where their seats are top of the list, including our Premier. So filling in for Premier and the people of Newfoundland and Labrador is the Honourable Sean Skinner.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for allowing me to attend this morning. As Doug said, the Premier is on the road. I think he's in Stephenville. Somebody told me this morning they heard he was in Stephenville. I'm not quite sure. But the Premier certainly has a lot of awareness about this issue and knows Peggy and knew her son Andrew and said the eulogy at Andrew's funeral. And he would like to be here, but unfortunately, as I said, he's on the road for other events. I would like to thank Dawn as well for all of the hard work. And George has mentioned Dawn, and she being the one person that sort of brings all this together. So I would like to acknowledge and thank her and recognize the contribution that she's made to this event here this morning as well. My involvement with organ donation goes back about 25 years. I understand, I didn't ask George, but I understand that he's an Italian from Ontario. Well, I have my mother's sister married an Italian from Ontario about 35 years ago, and 25 years ago he needed a liver donation, and he was fortunate. He was able to get a liver donation, and is still alive today and is very healthy. But 3 years ago, his liver gave up again, and he had to go back and figure out how he was going to be able to continue living, I guess. So the family did a bunch of testing, and one of my cousins was able to provide him with a second liver, and he's alive today. He's 58, 59 years of age, very healthy, living a good life, and so we're very, very pleased and very happy with that. So I was aware, as I said, of organ donation and the benefits of organ donation a long time ago when I was a very young man. And I've discussed it, as Steve mentioned, about talking to our families and that. I've got an organ donor card. I've discussed it with my wife. I've discussed it with my children. My wife and my children have all agreed to participate in organ donation. And we believe it's something that we can do to benefit people. To me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to take it with you, as they say. If you can leave it behind and somebody can use it, let's leave it behind and have somebody use it. Today as well, I do want to mention Andrew Hadfield. He's already been mentioned once, but this ceremony today is also dedicated to Andrew's memory. And as was indicated, as Ma'am Peggy is here, she'll speak a little bit more about Andrew a little bit later, I'm sure. The big thing, I think, is raising the awareness, educating people to it. There are 4,000 people today in Canada waiting for a transplant. organs potentially available that people don't need to be going through what they're going through. So I think we need to follow the advice of Steve and others and George who've said this. Let's make people aware of it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it around the kitchen table. Let's become activists around it. Let's do something about it more than just talk about it. Let's sign the card. Let's educate them and make people aware. On behalf of the government of Newfoundland and Labrador and Premier Williams, thank you very much for the opportunity to be here.
Thank you, Minister. The other, and we wish you well. We wish you well. The other MHA and residents this morning from here from St. John's, the St. John's West MHA, Sheila Osborne.
Good morning, everybody. I'm not here to speak as an MHA, but as a person who has had experience with organ transplant. A long time ago, I shared my wishes with my family that when I no longer needed my organs, to give them to somebody else who needed them. But I had no idea of the impact that that could have on families until we went through the experience ourselves. In April 2006, my husband learned that he needed a liver transplant. He was put on the waiting list, but the waiting list was 18 months long, and he had a year to live. So, good man. We were fortunate that one of our children, our son Philip, was a good match, and he donated his liver to my husband, who's standing right here, hanging around today. My daughter and her husband are here, and we all appreciate the good of the organ transplant. Fortunately, our story has a happy ending, but there are many people who are not as lucky. They're either unable to find a live donor, or they die while waiting for a match. In the waiting room, while my husband and son were in the operating room, we got to experience firsthand what a donor transplant can do. There were 5 families there in the waiting room at Toronto General Hospital that day, and their families were receiving an organ from somebody who had been unfortunately killed in an accident, but was kind enough to have signed an organ donor card. And even though he passed away, he lives on in those families. And the one that stands out most in my mind is a little girl. There was a little girl there 5 years old. She was totally wired, but her mom was receiving a new card. Her mom was about 32 or 33. George. And while she was pregnant on her daughter, she developed a heart ailment, and she had less than a year to live. And through this kind person, the mom received a new heart that day, and I kept thinking, because of that person, I knew what I was feeling when my husband was receiving his new liver, and that he would be given a chance of life. But because of a stranger, this mom would be able to see her daughter raised, and the 5-year-old girl would experience the love of her mother. So, folks, you can give many gifts during your lives, gifts, Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, gifts for any occasion, and they're all well received and people appreciate them. But nobody knows what the gift of an organ donor can do. It's the greatest gift of all. So I encourage everybody to sign their organ donor cards. Thank you very much.
A minute ago when Dan was here, she introduced 3 people. Emery, you want to go in? Okay. Many years ago over in the old building there, I met Emery, ugly she was back then. And she was just as good looking back then as she is now.
Away. Andrew was a member of the Kinsman Club of St. John's East, and some of the members of the Kinsman Club are here with us this morning. His mom was a member of the Connect Club of St. John's East, and Andrew later went on to become the first kid to join the actual Kinsman Club of St. John's East. So he made quite an impact on all of us. He was a very special man. He was born with a congenital heart disease and suffered for many years through lots of surgeries that were supposed to improve his life. He surpassed all expectations of time that he was supposed to be able to survive. Andrew lived long enough to graduate high school. He celebrated 24 birthdays. He got his driver's license. All things that most teens take for granted, but to Andrew they were monumental things. Finally he reached the point where the possibility died waiting because there weren't enough organs? No. They died because there weren't enough people who signed their organ donor cards. As one of the previous speakers said, if only a minute percentage of people who die with healthy organs were to sign their organ donor card, the list would be gone. There would be no such thing as having to wait till you're on death's door to get a transplant. Everybody would get their transplant as soon as they needed it. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Andrew had a vision to make people aware of organ donor awareness. He came to Kin Canada through his friends in the Kinsman and the Connect clubs because he knew their association would travel across Canada with this message. Unfortunately, before it was passed at our national convention, Andrew had passed away. However, his legacy continued on. On the wall up here, you see the logo that was adopted as the Kin ODAC program, Kin Organ Donor Awareness Campaign. We'd like to thank British Bazaar for who donate tens of thousands of organ donor cards to us. We developed the organ donor card in conjunction with our own Newfoundland organ donor program. And one of the biggest things, as other speakers have also said, is the fact that you discuss this with your family. And the Kinsmen have copies of these organ donor cards now, and they can give you all as many as you want, because we have 10,000 of them home in my living room. Right now, I think we have about 1,000 of them here. On our card is not only that you agree to be an organ donor, but there is also a space for your family to sign, to say that you have talked this over with them and that you also agree. Because it's not enough to sign your organ donor card yourself. Your family can overrule that in tragedy and if they're upset. But because sometimes they don't know. Max Bishop, who was with the organ donor program in Newfoundland, told us one of the saddest stories that he ever had was of a lady whose husband had died tragically. In the emergency department, she was asked about the possibility of him being an organ donor.
I speak today on behalf of my family and my late son Andrew. Thank you for honoring my son Andrew's memory in such a way. As his torch has traveled across the country, may its flame burn brightly as it sheds new light on the topic of organ donor and donation. What would Andrew say if he were to be here today? We would thank, first of all, thank all of you. He would be very proud to see so many young people taking the time to become educated about organ donor programs. He would say, keep talking to your families about it. Every organ donor gives the most special gift of all, the gift of life. The crest for the Andrew Hatfield ODAC program has as its mottos the words "Life Passes On." These words are now printed on Andrew's headstone. It was Andrew's dream that everyone who was waiting a transplant would receive their special gift. And as I close, I will leave you with these three words: life passes on.
We have heard Bishop's College a few times this morning already, and we know from the last campaign that Bishop was very, very instrumental in having a successful campaign in Newfoundland. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice Principal of Bishop's College, Bridget.
I think we're starting to chill. We need to start walking soon. I just wanted to bring greetings on behalf of Bishop's College. 3 years ago, on September the 17th, I met George and Kristopher on the steps of Bishop's after they had carried the torch of life up from City Hall. We held a rally in our gym with over 600 students that day. We heard George talk about his experience and how his life was saved in 1995 from a liver transplant. And also we heard from Kristopher, who told us about his experience. He also lifted up his shirt to show over 20 scars, the scars from over 20 operations that he had received. 3 years ago, our current level 3 or grade 12 students were in grade 10 or level 1. And we still have them at the school, and they remember meeting Kristopher on that day, and they are very excited to be meeting him again and walking today, along with Samantha and Amanda as we walk around Mundy Pond. So I just wanted to say what an effect that Kristopher and George had on our school, and we're very, very proud to be part of this again today. I'd also like to publicly thank Dawn O'Rourke. I went to her last spring and I said, Dawn, well actually I said, who would like to take this on? And Dawn immediately jumped on board, and she became, such a part of this and led our school. And unfortunately, we had to lose her to Mount Pearl, but she still stayed with this, and I got to say that was, something else. So thank you, Dawn. And also thank Joanne Mercer, another teacher at our school who has been working in conjunction with Dawn to help organize today's events. Thank you very much.
I remember the days when vice principals didn't look that good. I guess we all do. Last time around, for Georgian campaign and Christopher's Wish campaign, I guess we called it. This young man was shorter. He looked just as handsome, and he was a real gentleman. He came to our house and had pea soup of all things, and he just mentioned pea soup to me. Kristopher Knowles.
Thank you. Good morning, and thanks for everyone for coming today. My name is Kristopher Knowles. About 3 years ago, I did a walk across Canada carrying the torch of life. Went up to St. John, or Nunavut, Iqaluit too. The torch that I carried represents help saving lives. I believe that because it helped save my life. I've been waiting for a liver transplant my whole life, and I'm currently on hold for a liver transplant. Today, I'm honored to pass the torch of life to your representative in your community, to Samantha Elton Tate. Samantha, carry the torch proudly, and you could also save lives, just step by step. Yes. Please don't take your organs to heaven. Heaven knows we need it here. Thank you very much.
There was something we kind of neglected to do earlier, so before Samantha is given a chance to show her beautiful place to prove, I'm going to ask the Honourable Sean Skinner to light our torch, George, and the Minister will hand the torch to Peggy, and Peggy will hand it to Kristopher, and Kristopher, I think, is going to hand it to Samantha for the walk later on today. So if we could do that ceremony now, that would be appreciated. Thank you.
Now I am honored to pass this torch to your representative in your community, Samantha Elton Tate.
Yeah, don't catch fire.
Okay, so I'm going to try and speak with this. Thanks. As many of the speakers have said, right now, as you listen to me, there are over 4,000 Canadians waiting patiently on an organ transplant that might not get to them in time. And to think that just one person can save up to 8 of their lives and restore up to 30 others just by becoming an organ donor. This is a difference we all can make, and the Step by Step Foundation is putting forth a huge effort to raise awareness to this issue. In memory of Andrew Hatfield, the Step by Step Foundation is a charitable organization whose founder, George Marcello, organized this campaign to bring attention to the critical shortage of organ and tissue donations. With dedication, the Step by Step Foundation has strived to bring awareness to how easy it is to make a difference in the world. It's as simple as just ticking off a little box when you go to get your driver's license. This easy decision could give someone hope in life, or could mean the death of someone like Andrew. To me, and I'm sure to many others, this means a lot because saving life is something not many people can say they have done. And to be an organ donor means that even if something happens to you, you will have that chance to save a life and let someone else live the life that they desperately want. I hope you take everything I've said with you today and let it be a constant reminder that if you are not an organ donor, what have you got to lose? Just knowing that doing something so little can save more than one person's life. People are depending on you, and you can make it happen. I would like to thank the Step by Step Foundation and George Marcello for having me as a representative for them for the City of St. John's. And I would also like to thank our other honored guests for speaking. Our walk across St. John's is only a small step in the many kilometers others shall walk throughout the year, but hopefully each step taken is a step closer to saving a life through organ donation. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Samantha, can I just get a close-up of that torch squirrel? Just hold it still for me if you don't mind. Just want a close-up.
You don't want me behind it. The Signal Hill in the background. There you go, Samantha.
Thanks.
And you're walking this way?
That way.
This way?
I wanted to get
I so had a dream of falling in this leg.
Before you start your work, can I have a quick word with you?
Sure.
Just tell me about what's happening.
Well, basically, since I have the Torch of Life now, we're just going to head down towards Bishop's College. And once we get there, our whole school will meet us, and we'll walk up to Monday Pond, and around Monday Pond, and walk back to the school.
Wait, just tell me about the whole program.
It's basically to raise awareness for organ donations. Right now, there are over 4,000 Canadians in need of an organ transplant, and easily, if most people were organ donors, this problem will be solved overnight. So this is just to raise awareness because it's a big deal, and you see all these commercials for cancer and Alzheimer's when really this is just as important.
And how did you get involved in this?
Well, I heard about it through my homeroom teacher actually, and she told me that there was an opportunity to be a representative for St. John's to raise awareness to something, and I really enjoy helping people, so once I heard that this was an opportunity, I just really jumped at the chance.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And are you the gentleman with the...
Yes.
Can I just talk to you?
Yes.
First up, you're from Vancouver?
Sarnia, Ontario.
Ontario. Just tell me about what it means to you.
About 4 years ago, I did a walk across Canada with Mr. Marcello. I am currently on a waiting list for an organ transplant, liver, and right now we are in St. John's making aware of all the people that organ donation is the way to go, and to become organ donors and to talk to your family about awareness.
And your name again?
Kristopher Knowles.
No? Yes. Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
with the torch and the Confederation building in the background. When she's finished, right now. Can you stand right there with when you're ready?
Sorry.
Okay.
Right here in front.
Stay right there and hold and back up so you get a lot of the building.
Here too?
Yeah, sure, Mandy, you can in too. That'd be great.
Want to get a picture? I'll get a picture too.
Yeah, hold on, Mr. Bush wants to get a picture too.
Sir, do you have our pin?
Yes, sir.
I can't see.
Oh, the sun comes out. It's working a lot. It's like this hand can take a break
That
and
was
go in my
really
pocket.
hard. Nope. Alright, are we all set?
You okay with that thing, or
Oh yeah.
keep it away from your
Yeah,
head?
just watching the hair.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you, when you hold it like 3/4. Well, not like that, but
Yeah,
you
like
know.
hair.
Yeah.
Like if
Just
a
be
gust
aware
of
of the wind,
wind,
too, 'cause
if the wind
sometimes
blows
it
it back in your face.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
So if you feel the wind coming, you just
Keep it out in front more than to the side, that way you can see
Your
it.
walk is today, right? Okay, I'm going to hand these all over to you. So
Okay.
you're helping your friend here as the lead person. And then you can pass them on to your student friends that would like to wear the lapel pin.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
you
we
take
start-
care now. All the best.
Thank you. Do we start walking now? Because they want to get shots of us walking.
Sure.
Who's going
Are we
first?
starting?
Oh, I don't know. Lou is the organizer. Where's Lou?
Where's Lou?
He's back there.
Lou, buddy.
Sir, you going on the walk too, are you?
So you're not walking down?
Hey, we'll catch you later.
I'm going to smell all day.
Yeah, it's stinky.
you're a wonderful speaker.
Girls, be really careful your hair.
I know. You're gonna have to let me know. You're gonna have to let me know who sees it coming near me.
Doug, you tie it back, Sam.
It's just that if the wind blows your hair, and it's supposed to be gusts of wind.
Are you guys in the middle of something?
No, we're just hanging out.
I'm Renelle. I'm with UCF. Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
I was hoping I could ask you a couple of quick questions.
Sure.
It shouldn't take long. Testing. Testing.
Doug's trying to go.
So, you're holding it strategically in the wind. First, can I get your full name and what's rating?
My name's Samantha Jane Elton Tate, and I'm in grade 11 at Bishop's College.
Samantha Elton Tate, is that right?
Well, it's my mom's last name, my dad's last name hyphenated.
Okay. So can I get you to spell that just so I make sure it's right on the head?
ELTON-TAITE.
Perfect. Samantha, tell us a little bit about what it is you're doing for the campaign that kicked off here today.
Well, basically just raising awareness to organ donations. I mean, there's all these commercials about cancer and Alzheimer's, when really organ donation is just as important in that. And there's not so much awareness. And so I just think it's really important that we just bring people aware, like, we can solve this problem easy. It's not something that you need a cure for. It's just something simple that I think we all should need to do.
You're holding the torch. Tell us what you'll be doing with this torch, and tell us what you'll be doing throughout the campaign.
Well, basically we'll walk from here all the way down to Bishop's College, where my school will meet us we'll walk to the school where my school will meet us. And the entire school will walk to Monday Pond, and around Monday Pond, hopefully, which will get people a little livened up about the topic. And then just walk back to the school and and I'm supposed to go to Gander and pass this off to the next torch champion.
So tell us why you decided to become a champion. Why were you approached, and why did you think this issue was so important?
Well, basically, my homeroom teacher said that there's an opportunity here to, she just passed out a form and said, look, read it if you want, and everybody just kind of threw it out. And when I read it, it was about organ donation and saying, look, you have the chance to make a difference. And once I read that, I jumped right at it, and something that was really important to me, to bring awareness to something so important. So, that's basically it.
So, any messages for your fellow students?
Everybody better become an organ donor.
Perfect. Thank you, Samantha. Very nice to chat with you.
Nice to chat with you too. Yeah, I'm strategically.
I'll be about 6:30. Okay. And where are you staying? You're staying at Quality. So it doesn't matter. Do you have a purpose? Would you rather go downtown or go here?
We could start off with going downtown.
Yep.
Oh, there she is.
I'm sorry.
6:30. George. Yep. Okay.
Oh, I love that food.
I know the sun's got it's gonna get nice by lunch. I like it.
Oh, it's going to be a great day.
At the notice, it's gonna be cold anyway.
What's the word? Confidence?
Couple eyebrows lost.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no! Wow.
That's me being stupid.
Oh, playing with it.
Or light needle blowing it out, because usually it takes a lot of wind to blow that thing out.
Oh, I'd say.
Caught me one time in the face.
I wonder what people are gonna think when they drive by. Three random people walking by.
Okay, here we go. Go ahead.
This is for organ donation. There's currently 4,000 Canadians in Canada who are in need of organ transplants. And we could solve this problem overnight just by becoming an organ donor. So right now I'm just giving you the card so you can wear it to support organ donations and organ transplants.
Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Okay, do we got your permission to use your, can you say your name?
Andre.
Andre, we got your permission to use this?
Sure.
Thank you very much, Andre. Have a good day.
All good.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
This flag from Christopher's Wish we purchased 3 years ago, and it's been hanging outside my office door ever since.
Wow, that's incredible. Thanks,
And I
Rich.
look at it every morning when I go in, and there it is.
That's incredible. Thank you.
the 1994 Onley, and he was given a couple of months to live. Right up to the point where he was hospitalized and given 48 hours to live. So things were right at the 12th hour, I think, for George. And he was a successful recipient of the liver and is very healthy and with us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Also, I want to introduce to you a young man who met that morning on September 17th. He was 14-year-old Kristopher Knowles. And I like to call Kristopher to come to the gym now and accompany him is Bishop's College Torch Champions, Samantha on stage.
So, my name is Kristopher Knowles. 3 years ago I walked across Canada, and when I'm going to the Calgary, the force of the barrier represents saving lives. I believe that because they help save my life. I've been waiting for a liver transplant my whole life, and I am currently on hold for a liver transplant. Today, I was honored to pass the torch of life to your representative in your community, Samantha As. And now, I'm going to hand this over to Samantha. Thank you.
Right now, as you all listen to me, there are over 4,000 Canadians waiting patiently on an organ transplant that might not get to them in time. And to think that one person could save up to 8 lives and help restore up to 30 others just by becoming an organ donor. This is a huge difference we all can make, and the Step by Step Foundation is putting forth a huge effort to raise awareness to this issue. In memory of Andrew Hatfield, the Step by Step Foundation is a charitable organization founder George Marcello organized this campaign to bring attention to the critical shortage of organ and tissue donations. With dedication, the Step by Step Foundation has strived to bring awareness how easy it is to make a difference in the world. It's as simple as checking out a little box when you go to get your driver's license. This easy decision will either give someone hope in life or could be the death of someone like Andrew. To me, and I'm sure to many others, this means a lot because saving life is something not many people can say they have done. And to be an organ donor means that even if something happens to you, you will have that chance to save a life and let somebody else live the life that they desperately want. I hope you take everything I said with you today and let it be a constant reminder that you are not an organ donor and what you got to lose. Just know that doing something so little can save more than one person's life. Saving life through organ donation.
Before we leave, I want to walk with us and stand in front of our students, and we want to get a couple of pictures. We just wanted to stand over. Right in front.
What's the word? Confidence?
Couple eyebrows lost.
Really?
Eyelashes, yeah.
Oh no! Wow.
Well, that's me being stupid.
Oh, playing with it.
Or lighting it or blowing it out, because usually it takes a lot of wind to blow that thing out.
Oh, I'd say.
Caught me one time in the face.
I wonder what people are going to think when they drive by. Three random people walking by.
Quickly. So how are you finding this trip so far?
I think it's fantastic. It's
Okay.
a lot of people involved and it's making students aware, so it's fabulous.
Great. Okay, we'll talk after.
Thanks, George.
You go, girl. Hey, Lou, can you guide my bike, please?
Yeah. Keep on going straight.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Get on, Lou. Now yours back.
Yeah. They're coming. They're coming. Alright. No, this one's long before. Yeah, this one's. Yeah, this one's a nice one.
Yeah, no, I know.
Alright. Here's Kristopher.
How do you feel, Samantha?
I'm feeling really great, actually.
Yeah?
I'm so happy.
you're doing great. I can't. You were made for this.
Oh, I love stuff like this. You don't know how excited I was. I called Amanda last night and was telling her all about it. She's like, Amanda, I'm so happy.
Wow, that's powerful. With you and Kristopher together, it's just amazing.
High five.
Yeah.
For team. Well, like a three-person tripod.
Yeah.
Tripod.
Yeah, she's been by your side. How do you feel about all this?
It's very exciting.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's good.
Loving it.
Yeah.
That's good that you're helping to support your friend.
Yeah, if I broke my leg, I'd still be doing it.
Yeah. Okay. Samantha, where is it again? Left? Left?
I filled it already up.
Get to the end of this road, turn left.
Okay.
Get everybody as you're going along.
Wave. Hello. Hi. How you doing?
Just drive by and get everybody.
Oh, goodness, wait. No jaywalking. Go! Everybody wave. Let's see some waves. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's see some waves. Whoa. Yeah. All right. Donor.
Please be a donor?
Yeah.
Okay, on the count of three, please be a donor. Okay?
1, 2, 3. One more time, louder.
Okay, one more time, everybody scream a little louder.
1, 2, 3. Please be a... Good. One more time.
Time? Okay.
One more time. Come on, we can do louder than that.
Time, but guys, come on, you can be louder. Everybody be louder. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, thank you.
My name is Dignitaries. I'm in grade 11 at Bishop's College. It's basically to raise awareness for organ donations. Right now there are over 4,000 Canadians in need of an organ transplant, and easily if most people were organ donors, this problem will be solved overnight.
Kristopher Knowles.
No?
Oh, the sun comes out.
Usually it takes a lot of wind to blow that thing out.
I'd say. George Marcello, or he has you will have that chance.
With Signal Hill in the background. There you go, Samantha.
Thanks.
Before we leave, hang your
Off and running.
Often? That's the word, dapper. Throughout the day, as soon as I get word from this
Kids, our families, George always says.
Awareness campaign.
And
All can make. And a step-by-step.
It's all over to you.
Okay. Playing with it.
2, 3. No. So how are you finding this?
Since I have the Torch of Life now, we're just going to head down towards Bishop's College. And once we get there, our whole school will meet us, and we'll walk up to Monday Pond, and around Monday Pond, and walk back to the school. So I just think it's really important that we just bring people aware, like, we can solve this problem easy. It's not something. About organ donation and saying, well, you have the chance to make a difference. And once I read that, you know, I jumped right at it, and something that was really important to me, you know. And I'm supposed to go to Gander and pass this off to the next torch champion. Everybody better become an organ donor.
Perfect.